Here, dang, Twitch couldn't even hear on the thing, but I just fixed it. But yeah, QCOM, Adobe. What do you think about Carvana? You know, first we need to run up the Twitter followers. We got 213 people in here. Let's at least get 10 people to follow the Twitter, show some love, because we do post a lot of great stuff in here as well. So let's make sure to follow the Twitter. The link is in the bio. I got a lot of people asking about a lot of tickers. We will be going over most of them. I anticipate this to be like a decent live stream, like a longer live stream. But yeah, let's make sure to follow the Twitter. Make sure to follow the Twitter. So if you look at, let's look at airlines. Somebody said airlines. So that's that. And Zoom, I definitely want to look up Zoom. We have to look at Zoom. But I don't want to look at airlines too much because we knew this was going to get to $50, you know, back when it was right here. So to look at this again, and I was telling you to get the Octobers and the Julys, and you know, back when it was $42, you know, the measured move on this is back to $60. So you should anticipate UAL to get to $60. This is a bullish megaphone. It had huge accumulation right here. This is undervalued. It's gonna get to $60, okay? But should you be getting in when it's up 1%, when we're in extreme greed, and at least wait for a pullback, okay? So let's look at when a possible time for you to get in on a pullback is. You know, if you look at our Twitter, though, I don't even want to go over it. You guys know I was talking about UAL. I made a whole TikTok video about it. You guys know. You guys know. So let's just get that out of the way. You know we were talking about UAL. So if you look at UAL, the picture perfect time for you to get in would be, you know, if it dumps back to $46. Now, will you get that? Who knows? But I know I would love to buy some UAL right here if I missed over here. So if it was me, I'd be looking for a pullback on UAL. There's no way I'd be looking to get calls, you know, after it went crazy. And there's no way I would try to short it because it had massive accumulation, you know? So this is a sticky situation. I wouldn't even mess with it. You just have to know it's getting to $60, and you got to make sure you're picking your spots and getting longer term expirations, because this is as clear as day that it's getting to $60. And we've been talking about it since it was $40, you know? But it reminds me a lot of Shopify. If you guys remember, we were talking about Shopify when it was $40. And, you know, it reminds me of this, okay? This is basically what UAL will do. A bullish megaphone, it looks exactly like it. And then you have that huge takeoff candle. So I would be anticipating UAL to get to $60. Bullish megaphone. It literally looks exactly like what I just showed you. When is earnings? Okay, earnings is not. All right. Anyways, let's see what else we got. Tesla puts. Somebody look at Tesla puts. Let's look at Tesla. Tesla, man. God dang. Okay, so if you're looking at Tesla, the thing you have to know is this is 150 billion. Let me stop. Okay, it's 80%. Nothing is 100%. This is 80%. There's an 80% chance that this is gonna get back to $333. I was telling you about it when it was 162. When it was 162, I was telling you get the bounces going at 333, and now you see it at 244. So I like looking at the swing trade potential. You know, anything could happen intraday. Anything can happen intraday. So I want to make sure you guys are at least getting good buying opportunities, and where you can get in where it's just free bread, where you don't have to really think about it. And right now, you would have to do a whole lot of thinking, especially when you have a reversal candle like this on Tesla. So if I'm looking at Tesla, there's no way I'd be looking to get calls, because, you know, it's going crazy. It's going crazy. Like, you look at what it's been doing. It's been going absolutely stupid. So I 100% would not be looking to get calls up here, but instead, you know, I'd be looking for a pullback, maybe some bounce levels, etc., and go from there, because this is just it's too up there. It's going too crazy. So, you know, wait for a pullback. I like puts a lot more. I'm not gonna sit here and give you, you know, intraday trades. Join the Discord if you're not, because we do live trade in the morning, and we look, you know, we could get into Tesla puts tomorrow or calls. But if I was really looking at Tesla, I know it's getting to $330. Okay, I know it is. So I would have to be looking for any opportunity to buy at a discount. Okay, and the next discount would be in this area, 206, 211. That would be the next discount. If it ever gets back to 211, 210, 206, around that 206 to 211 range, you want to make sure you're getting these far out contracts. And the reason I don't want to spend too much time on Tesla is because I know there's better opportunities out there that haven't skyrocketed like this that are going to. You know, so this one, you got to pick your points. You got to pick your buy, especially if you're looking to get free bread. Now if you want some, you know, your mental energy used up quite a bit, you know, then intraday trade all you want. You know, intraday trade, do what you got to do. You can probably get puts tomorrow, scout for $1, you know, etc. But the big money is going to be made when this thing dips back to 210, 206, and then, you know, hopefully we're live at that time, and I'll be like, yeah, get your calls, get your calls right now, get them. But I can't tell you that right now because I was telling you that, you know, back when it was right here. So I can't tell you right now. If I was telling you, I was telling you right here to get the calls. I was like, man, please, bro, this is the easiest. Please, man, please get calls, bro, please. And then it went crazy. So now we gotta wait for the please again, and you know that'll be around 210, 211. So I don't want to spend too much time on it. All right, Canadian boy, appreciate you tuning into the live stream, man. Appreciate it. You sound like Drake. All right. Let's see what else we're looking at, man. What if I own Tesla stock? You gotta, okay, if you own, that's why I like looking at the bigger picture. What did I say? This is getting to 333. So yes, if you own Tesla stock, you should hold it. Now, if you want to get out right here, you know, it's always good to take profit, but I think Tesla's going to get to 333. Now, is there going to be a pullback? I think there will be a pullback in the near future just because, you know, June 7th, it's at 0.74. When it's this low, this is usually when we reverse. Like the top of the February was 0.78, if you guys remember, and that's when we reversed. And then, you know, August was 0.74, and that's when we reverse. So if you own Tesla stock, I would definitely hold. Okay, why would you sell Tesla stock? Love Wom, man. Yes, sir. We get so much love, man. We get so much love. I wish I was getting this love back when, you know, in December and November, we were getting love, but this much, you know, 230, and, you know, I guess people want to see if you're right before they really start hopping on the bandwagon, you know. But for Alibaba, okay, let's look at China overall. Somebody said Alibaba, China. We're gonna look at China, but let's make sure we're following the Twitter, right? I'm giving you guys free information, free gems, and the Discord is even free. Like, you can come in and join the Discord, and, you know, there's a lot of good information that I'm sitting on here and giving you just for free. So if we're looking at Alibaba, there's nothing you can't love about this. We've seen this set up so many times. We've seen this setup to where you just can't be bearish on Alibaba until it can trade back below $80, okay? This is actually one of the better setups that we looked at today. Now, I would only go short if it starts trading below here. Anything else is a dip buy, especially if it's equity. Now, if it's equity, I don't care where it goes. I'm buying Alibaba because I know what Alibaba is. I know what it is. But if we're looking at this for a swing trade, day trade, this is as good of a spot as you can get. Especially if you miss right here, you know, you missed right here. It literally is continuing to make these higher lows, higher low, higher low, higher low. So really, this has good risk to reward as well, because all you got to do is stop out of it if it starts trading below this higher low, right? So I actually really like Alibaba for a day trade for tomorrow. And what I'm seeing is this is gonna make this rising wedge, and we've seen these rising wedges break out so many times, and it's gonna end up going absolutely crazy to the upside, back to, you know, where we had at $92 in the short term out of this rising wedge. But in the bigger picture, you know, you zoom out and it doesn't get any like come on, man. You just sometimes you just got to take a moment and just really look at this and be like, yo, this is perfect. This is perfect. You got the weekly bull, like, there's just so much confluence happening on Alibaba to where I have high conviction, high confidence that this is going to get to 160. It's going to get to 160. And you know what's even funnier? Like, it was forming kind of this exact same thing back here. You know, I didn't even notice this until now, but you see it was kind of forming the exact same thing to where they trick you. They make you think it's going low. And you see this dotted line right here? You see this dotted line? This is where Alibaba is right now in the present. And this is where it went absolutely stupid. So the price target of this doubling to 160. You know, it's at 85.50 right now. It's gonna get to 160. That's my price target for it. The only thing you got to do is make sure you're getting at a good entry, which this is a good entry, and just making sure you're buying some good contracts, some further out contracts, you know, so you're not stressed about it. But I like Alibaba, even for tomorrow. So if you're in the Discord, you might just catch us getting to an Alibaba calls tomorrow, because this bounce area that it's sitting at is beautiful. I like it. So whoever said Alibaba, bigger picture. You always gotta look at the bigger picture. You gotta see what it could do, so you're not scared. This could go to 160, okay? It can go to 160. In the short term, out of the rising wedge, it's gonna get to 92. And the reason why I'm more confident on you know, saying what I'm saying right now and not beating around the bush is because the Hang Seng is not as connected as the stock market, like or not as connected as, you know, the Nasdaq or SPY. And you know, they don't care about that. We have a CPI, and they don't care about the Fed decision. You know, they have their own economy to worry about at the end of the day. So the Hang Seng looks very bullish, and currently to me it's undervalued. So this is the Hang Seng that we're looking at, and if you look at it, all it did was, you know, it literally went berserk in October. So what should you expect to happen? A correction like you're seeing right now, and it gave you the perfect correction into the golden pocket. So to me, the Hang Seng has bottomed out, you know, last week. The beginning of June, it bottomed out. So you should be looking more so into these China stocks. But, you know, if you've been listening to WAM for a minute, like, you've been front running the majority of people. It's just been too easy. Like, I told you guys to get PDD on, like, right here when it was at $60. I made a whole TikTok video about it. I put it in the Discord. We got the September 150s, and we're balling. We're balling. So if you look at some like if you pay attention to the WAM stream enough, you're able to front run a lot of the stuff that is happening. To me, it looks like the Hang Seng bottomed out, and I tell you that to tell you that BABA looks ready to go, and a lot of these China stocks look ready to go. And if you're in the newsletter as well, you know, you already know this. Like I was looking at China, and that's why that's why I'm taking a little bit more time on China, because I put it in the newsletter. And if you looked at the newsletter, you know, we talked about China looks very good, and FUTU looks very good, and these things look ready to bounce. And, you know, it looks better to me than the Qs and than Microsoft and you know, all these US companies, because these things have been dumping and are becoming in better buying opportunities than what you're seeing with Microsoft, etc. But anyways, I think China's very bullish. Whoever said BABA, I think there's no reason to be bearish on China or BABA. So I think it's bullish, man. Appreciate the likes you guys are showing. We got 230 people in here. Let's see if we got some more Twitter followers. We need some more Twitter followers. I just gave you free bread. Free bread. Now, it's not free because, you know, the free was when I was telling you to buy PDD at $60 and, you know, just get the Septembers and you're going to end up making some money. But I think BABA is looking like some free bread, and we got to make sure we're following the Twitter. We have to make sure we're following Twitter. But I am grateful because we started this month, I believe, at like 1,400. Yeah, we started this month at like 1,400 back on June 1st, and now we're at 1,745. So, you know, that's pretty good. And you know, we're just trying to grow the brand and, you know, show some love. I come on here every day. MU, don't miss MU. We're gonna look at MU, Airbnb, Starbucks, Neo. Yeah, y'all got a lot of stuff you want to look at today, but don't worry, I got time today. Well, you know, until my voice starts hurting. But let's make sure to follow Twitter. Link is in the bio, and let's get back into these charts. So if you look at what we're about to look at, MU. If you look at MU, and I'm gonna look at MU just because I like MU, and I know MU is gonna go crazy. I know it's gonna get to our price target of $80+. It already reached our first price target, and if you follow the Twitter, you already know this. Right? You already know we were talking about MU back when nobody was talking about it, and we made a whole bunch of money. I don't even feel like pulling it up. But we talk about MU a lot in the Discord as well. And for me personally, I want to wait for it to get to at least 6150. I got to wait for it to get to this 382 because I've seen the 382% bounce better than the 50% retracement that it's currently sitting at right now. So I would personally wait for it to retest $60 or $61.50, and then I would just get some far out contracts because MU is going to go up. This is semiconductor. It's undervalued. You see this curling up. It looks beautiful. You just got to make sure you're buying at a good opportunity. And I think a better opportunity that you could wait for is $61.50, $61.70. And that's just a $4, retracement, $4 dump, which it lines up with a lot of the stuff we're talking about as well, because you got this at extreme greed. You got your granny and your uncle and your cousin and the Uber driver talking about they're buying calls and they're buying Bitcoin, and not so much Bitcoin. Actually, Bitcoin is actually a very good buy right now. You always want to buy on those black swans, but yes, I'd wait for $61, $61.50, and then I'll go from there. Somebody said Hang Seng back to 15,800. Yeah, I don't know about that one, bro. All right, let's look at Airbnb. Airbnb. A lot of you guys want to look at KWEB. What the heck is KWEB? Look at KWEB as well, but Airbnb, man. This thing, I love Airbnb. I do love Airbnb. The only thing, man, and actually, I like what I'm about to tell you here more than even looking at TA. And if you guys remember back February 8th, February 7th, we were way down at 0.79, right? Way down at 0.79. But what happened was a lot of these mid caps and smaller caps, they ended up getting squeezed, okay? They ended up getting squeezed. If you look at February 8th, that actually marked the bottom, right here. February 8th actually marked the bottom where you see the fear and greed index, and then, it just started being very bearish. But what actually happened with these mid caps is they went for one last run. So me personally, I think Airbnb is interesting. Now, if you're asking me, I would definitely want to wait for a better pullback than what it's at right now. And to be honest, but then again, like, it gave you the beautiful pullback, right here, that 382% retracement that we talk about. Like, it gave you the perfect pullback. So really, this one's a bit difficult, especially if you're looking at a bigger time frame. Now, I know Airbnb is going to get to 160. That's just the measure move. But the thing is, like, is it going to break out right here, when we're in extreme greed, or is the fear going to kick back into the market to where, we get a better reset and, smarter money is able to get in, and, people that want to push up stocks are able to get in at a better price. That's something that I'm interested in. But if you look at this measure move, like, this thing's easily going to get to 160, 165. We're in a bull market. We're in a blow off top. So that's the bigger picture. Now, if you look at a smaller picture and, what's happening next week and everything else, you got to make sure you're paying attention to the CPI and everything like that. But I would take the chance on Airbnb. Like, if I was looking at it for tomorrow, I would take the chance right here at 117. Like, I would get calls because it broke above the left shoulder, and now it's coming back and retesting that left shoulder. So look, man, this one's tricky. But if I would get calls, I just would. But yeah. Like I said, though, this is an intraday stock. Has to be intraday because it literally. But then again, like, I don't know, bro. This one's tricky. I'm not even gonna sit here and act like I know. This one's a bit tricky, especially when we're in extreme greed and you want to be a bit more cautious. But I would look to get at 111, I guess. But I don't really like it, bro. Don't really like it. Big picture though, 160. If I was holding shares, I'll continue to hold them. This one, hold on, what is this? Hold on. Nah, this is China, so it's easy. Like, this is China, so we just looked at the Hang Seng. It looks exactly like the Hang Seng, and it looks exactly like the Hang Seng. So of course, I'm going to be bullish on KWEB. It looks beautiful. It got its retracement, and this is what you want to look for. Like, these type of structures that are goes to the 382 perfectly, bounces and and starts heading higher, like you gotta love stuff like that. So there's no way I could be bullish on this. There's no way I could be bearish on it. It looks very bullish. And I would anticipate this to go up. I really would. Perfect buying entry, like, yeah. What is this though? Internet ETF? I wonder what stocks it has in it, because those stocks could go crazy. All right, let's look at Unity. A lot of you guys want to look at Unity. You're late. You're late, bro. Actually, we got to look at Zoom. I completely forgot about Zoom, but I think this is actually the perfect beginning, so that I could talk about Zoom. Because if you look at this right here, this looks exactly like Zoom. Take a mental picture of this, okay? Take a mental picture, and then we'll go look at Zoom, and then you're gonna be like, God dang, uncanny. Okay, so if you look at this, take a mental picture, we'll look at Zoom. But if you look at Unity right now, Unity actually is very cooked up. Remember I was telling you guys to get Unity right here, bro? And when it was $27, I told you to swing some June 16th calls, and the $30 call, they literally went crazy. So many people made a lot of money off that one. I made a lot of money. People made money in the Discord, even on free live streams, because I was telling you it was free bread. So now that it's way up here, you gotta wait for something like this to happen again, where it trickles down, gets accumulation, stuff. You gotta wait for stuff like this. You don't want to FOMO in after the Apple event and after all the news came out. And no. You want to wait for a better buying opportunity. And what do I always tell you? The better buying opportunities are always at this 382% retracement, 50% retracement. So me personally, if I was looking at Unity, I would look to be dollar cost averaging in, because I know this is a great stock to own, right? And let me just say this real quick. A lot of you guys, since we got people in here, we got a lot of people in here, and I always got to make sure I'm getting you guys on the right foot and putting you in the right direction. If you don't have 80%, like, let's say you have $1,000. Let's say you have $1,000. You don't have a savings account. You don't have an investing account, and you just want to put the whole $1,000 into day trading. I'm gonna stop you right there, and I'm gonna tell you to put 80% into investing, 10% into savings, and then trade and make money with the other $100, because you want to make sure you have a foundation. Okay, you want to make sure you got the foundation right before you start jumping off of the Eiffel Tower. Okay. But don't worry, like we tell you, like there's amazing investing stuff in here. We're buying in December and November and January, Black Swan events. Like, join the Discord and look in this investing tab, and that'll set you straight, because then after you get your investing thing set up, the fear from losing money is out of your mind. You don't even think about the fear. You think about all the opportunity, because you have your foundation. You're not like, oh, this is my last 1,000. I'm trying to trade. No, you need to get a job. And stack up your bread and vet. Like, it's a journey. It's a process. It's not a get rich. I'm going to get rich overnight. Now, when the bull market really starts taking off, though, which we will get a blow off top and all these smaller caps will start going crazy, then yeah, like man, it's gonna get fun, because these meme coins and these crappy coins, everything, like it's gonna get fun. And you don't want to be penny pinching anyways. Like, if you're long-term investing and getting far out contracts, I'm talking about 4 or 5 month out contracts, you're not penny pinching. You're literally holding for the entire move, and these moves get crazy. But anyways, enough preaching. For Unity, this is the better buying opportunity. I'm not even looking at Unity up here. There's no way. Why? Because I was getting in right here, selling to the people right here that were trying to get in on the Apple event and FOMO in, and like, no, we don't FOMO on WOM. We wait for good opportunities on WOM, and we make free bread on WOM. So the free bread would be you waiting until it gets to 3150, it retraces, retests some stuff, and then you would get some further out contracts, which we will be talking about. I like Unity. Unity moves very well, so you best believe we will be looking at Unity on a daily basis. But right now, I think you should leave it alone. It's hot, too hot. I leave it alone. It's possible to have 3 jobs. What? All right, let's look at Zoom. Somebody says it's possible to have 3 jobs. God dang, 3? 3 of them? Let's make sure we're following the Twitter, man. Follow the Twitter. Link is in the bio. Target, Zoom. We will be looking at Zoom, because I think Zoom actually has a lot more upside potential than a lot of these stocks we've been looking at, okay? And then we're going to look at Kathy Wood. We're going to take a break, look at Kathy Wood's portfolio while you guys follow the Twitter, follow the Instagram, join the Discord. And then we'll get back into the stocks. But for Zoom, okay? You guys really need to pay attention to this, okay? Apple actually called out Zoom as well. If you guys missed that, Apple called out Zoom. They said they're going to be like live meeting. I don't even know what they said, but they called out Zoom, and Zoom is actually partnered with Apple as well. I think that flew over a lot of people's head. A lot of people were just focused on Unity, but Zoom is actually it's in the works. I don't think it's just I think it's turning into something more than just Skype 2.0. But that's just my personal opinion. That is like emotions. If we're looking at the chart though, however, bull divergence heavy, super bull divergence, reminds me a lot of Unity. I told you guys to remember what Unity was doing. Let me delete all this. Before any of this was happening, none of this was here, okay? None of this was here. And we were just looking at Unity, we were just like, oh yeah, this looks good. And we just drew this, and then, we did something like this, and, we ended up getting the measure move, and, something like this, But this falling wedge that is in is exactly, it reminds me exactly of Unity. It reminds me of exactly of Unity. And if you come over here, draw the measure move, it takes you back to around $84, $85. And I think that's slight. I think it could get to way more than that, especially with all this bull divergence that's been happening for an entire year since October. Okay? This is a smaller cap, a small to mid cap, it's 20 billion. Trading back at not even COVID prices. Like, it's trading back at before COVID. Before everything was, so it tells me it's getting ready. I like it. I like Zoom. I really do like Zoom. It's probably my favorite watch for a swing, but like I said, CPI, etc. This does look very good to me. And we'll have to see. If you're in the Discord, don't worry. Like, I'm gonna make sure we make money on Zoom if it ever decides to make a move, which I think is happening soon. All right, but anyways, let's see what Kathy Woods has been up to. Let's make sure you guys are all following the Twitter. Follow the Twitter. Okay, let's make sure we're following the Twitter. The link is in the bio. Where are you guys from? Where's everybody from in here? We got over 200 people in here. Bro, we're almost at 10K likes. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I gave you my likes, bro. ARC. A lot of people want to look at ARC. Bro, we get it. You want Zoom. All right, bro. Yes, 3. What is yes, 3? Delaware. KC Mo. I'm from KC Mo. What you doing in KC Mo, bro? I'm in KC Mo. Massachusetts, Albany. Oh, we're global. Cincinnati, Delaware, Virginia, Germany, Georgia, Cali, Florida, LA, Detroit. All right. Dallas, San Antonio, Kentucky. Yeah, we got a lot of people in here. SoFlo, Boston. Okay. What is the SIP, bro? What is the SIP? That gotta be some old head slang. The SIP. I'm from the SIP. Oh, Mississippi. I knew it. I knew if I said it enough, I figured it out. But all right. So let's look at what Kathy Woods bought. Let's look at what Kathy is buying. You guys know I love Kathy Woods. I think her ETF's the new NASDAQ, as she would say, and I think ARK is ready to go crazy. And I've been saying that since $38, and now it's going insane, and it should continue to make its way to the upside. But if you look at what Kathy Woods has been buying, it entails Square. She bought Square June 8th. She's buying a whole lot of Square. She bought Coinbase on that dip. So yeah, selling DraftKings. Okay, let's look at Square. Let's see what Square's doing. Square, if you guys remember, had that short report. Oh my man, you just have to love Square right here. You have to. There's no reason not to love what's happening with Square right here. No reason not to love Square right here. Now, if it was me, I would definitely wait for it to, retest maybe $61, but it looks very good right here. Kind kind of choppy, etc. So it's not my favorite to look at, but I do think Square is decent. It could even be a W pattern, you know, back to $90. So I actually think Square could be a good day trade, etc. But in terms of the price action on it, it doesn't look too pretty. But to me, looks like it's ready to get back to $90. After it gets to $90, it is gonna go stupid. It's gonna go stupid. And actually, this reminds me a lot of the Qs back when it was at its low. So I'll have to see. I do like Square though. I do like it. Bull flag. Somebody said bull flag. You're right. This is a bull flag. And to be honest, this is weak. This is a weak sell-off. Very weak sell-off. It's like getting bought up when it goes down. Double bottom. Yep, double bottom. That's what I got too. Told you Square. Yeah, Square looks actually really good. But yeah, nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. Let's see what you got to talk about on the Twitch. Boyce, Jadart Group. What the heck is a Jadart Group? You say Unity to $50? Yes, Unity will get to $50. Bro, we're not looking at no over-the-counter stocks. I refuse. We already looked at Baba. We looked at Baba. Will that count as accumulation? Yeah, I would call it accumulation. I mean, you literally saw Kathy Woods accumulate. It's like, you know, so Kathy was accumulating June 8th. Like she was buying and just accumulating right here. I would call it accumulation because it's what was happening, really. You had big money, smart money accumulating. I want to review on Baba. We already looked at Baba. But if you guys follow the Twitter, you follow the YouTube, I make sure I repost the content. So this live stream, if you missed any part, like this entire thing will be uploaded on YouTube. And then the big stocks and what we looked at and the free bread opportunities will be on the Twitter. Okay, so make sure you guys are following the Twitter, man. Let's keep running up the Twitter. Let's keep running up the Instagram. Let's keep showing love. A lot of you guys want to look at Starbucks, and I actually want to look at Starbucks too. So let's take a glance at Starbucks. Let's take a glance at Starbies. Okay, so since I missed Starbucks, over here, and over here when it was going crazy, and over here, etc. What do I always tell you guys? You want to make sure you're buying at good entry points. So you come over here, get the Fibonacci, you take it from the swing high to swing low. And this could be particularly useful right now, especially because we're at extreme greed. Extreme, like this is the lowest it's been ever. Not ever, but in the past year. In the past year, this is the lowest it's been. So me personally, if I was looking at Starbucks, the perfect buying opportunity would be back at $86. And to be honest, this looks like it's ready to go down. It does, but then again, I wouldn't short it. I wouldn't short it until it clearly starts closing below 96.50, okay? Don't short it until it starts going below 96.50. And when it does get to 96.50, you'll either see a bounce or a straight flush, because what it's forming is a downtrend. Like you see this is the equivalent of here. So treat it like the equivalent until it tells you otherwise, until you get a reversal to the top, and then you get a whole new trend, and but until it does that, you have to trust the downside a bit more, especially with what I just showed you with the extreme greed and etc. So pay attention to that. I don't really like it right here. And I didn't even trust the bounce that it had last week. I was like, nah, I don't trust it. I just don't trust it. I don't trust Nike right now either. But yeah, I would be looking for the downside until it shows you otherwise. Because right now, this same situation right here is happening right here. It's just accumulating, or not even accumulating, just tricking people out and data burning, and then it's getting ready for its next dump. So that's what I think would happen. And when that dump happens, this thing is going to get back to around $88, $87, and that is the perfect time for you to be buying. And to be honest, I think this is going to end up being a free bread play if it ever does get back to 86, 87, 88. I really think this is going to be a free bread play. So I'm actually going to put this one on my watch list and make sure I'm watching Starbucks, because I want it at 88, 86 for calls, because I know those are about to go stupid to the upside because Starbucks is a great company. Great company. You just want to make sure you're buying at good points, okay? And right now, to me, I'd rather wait. Especially because you have this, like, what do I tell you guys? The more times it touches the support or the more times it touches the resistance, the bigger the move will be. So this was back in December. It touched the support, went crazy, obviously. It touched the support again, went back crazy. It's touching the support again for the third time. I think the third time's gonna dump it. Because it's not even making new lows at this. It's not even making higher lows at this point. It's just going back to the, so I would short it. But then again, I don't like shorting that much, so I would just wait for it to get to 86, 87, and then get some fire calls. I lost 2K in Starbucks, bro. God dang. You gonna get it back, though. For sure. Starbucks tweezer at rejection. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I don't like it. Let's look at BA. And then I want to look at oil as well. So for BA, I know a lot of people are looking like this looks like it's gonna break out. And if you know me at all, I'm a BA. I think Boeing is bearish, and mainly because I want to buy it at a good buying point. So I'm kind of biased when it comes to BA and oil because I do want it at 160, 170. I want to buy some shares at 160, 170. And I think that's when smart money wants to get it too because it just makes sense. Like, look at this, bro. Who the heck wants to buy after it went from 120 to 216? Not me. So if you look at BA right now, it's just stuck in this accumulation. Now, what you could do for BA and why this is actually good, decent risk to reward is because it always rejects right here. It's been doing that since the beginning of this year. Reject. Every single time it gets to this level, just rejects. It's just reject. Like, so either the breakout is going to be huge or it's just going to come back down and retest, 190. Because that's just what happens. So I'll be paying attention to that. If we look at it on the 4-hour time frame, it is bear diverging. So to me, I would possibly play the put side just because it is bear diverging. You come over here, draw the Fibonacci from the swing high to swing low, and you can see that a better buying opportunity would be for you to wait until it gets to 208, 209, and then you can maybe short it until it gets there because you are getting some confluence with the bear divergence and the Fibonacci's matching up, and it went crazy. So, and it rejects a lot at this level. So it's either going to break out really big right here, which the risk to reward for it breaking out big is there. But me personally, I wait for it to get right here and then see what it does because it always rejects right here. And you got the bear divergence. So we'll have to see. This one's interesting. They had some bad news about their Dreamliner. Breakout retest to long. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think BA could double bounce area. Yep, looking at BA. Made 4.5K on TSLA. Okay. I didn't know you were built like that, bro. I didn't know you were like that. I didn't know. I was unfamiliar with your game. Unfamiliar. But yeah, let's see what else we're looking at. Nice. Zoom. We already looked at Zoom. We literally already looked at Zoom. If you're missing any other stuff we're talking about, you got to make sure you're following Twitter. You got to make sure you're following YouTube because I repost what we go over, okay? So the Twitter is right here. We've been running it up all stream. Let's continue to. Everything is linked in the bio. You click on the profile top left. You go to the link in the bio. We got 10K likes. Let's continue to run it up. TWLO. Somebody said TWLO. And I actually want to look at TWLO because I don't even know how to say it, but this one, TWLO. I don't know. But a lot of people don't know about this stock, and this stock is a high flyer. It goes crazy. It goes stupid. It really runs when it wants to run. But actually, now that I'm looking at this, I remember looking at this a while back for someone, and the TA hasn't changed. I would never be a buyer right here. I would never be a buyer right here. And I was telling you this is a decent bounce area. Like you could get a bounce area right here just because I know there's some supply. But the best bounce area would be for you to wait until it gets to $57, $56. That'd be the perfect buying opportunity for you because then you get it at the 3.82% retracement, and now it has room to get better buyers, better people to get in, and then it could run up to where back to 100. This thing could go crazy. It's small cap, mid cap. It's 11 billion, and I always tell you guys the money trickles down. The money will trickle down to these mid caps and smaller caps. And also, even if you look at this on a higher, on a bigger time frame, like you come over here to the monthly, I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. I'm gonna tell you why. Every single time I see this right here, and then this doing like a decent lower low, it swept all the liquidity right here. It swept everybody that was trying to get this bounce right here, but this was the real bottom. If you guys remember anything from this live stream, and I don't even know what to call it, like I really don't care. Well, I do care because I like information, but I will tell you, if you just look at these charts a lot and you look at, okay, what usually happens, you'll see this pattern a whole lot to where it doesn't go for the double bottom, but it goes just a bit below it. And then it bottoms out, and then it starts going to, all-time highs. So TWLO looks like the bottom for it. I absolutely love it right here. It's even trading below COVID prices. And what you got to realize about TWLO is that it was going up even before COVID, and COVID just made it go through the roof, where it went to over 374. It's an $11 billion market cap. You gotta love this stock. I'm actually gonna put this on my watch list as well. Whoever said this one, I'm glad you said it. I've been a fan of TWLO for a minute now, and I like it. Whoever said it, kudos, because I think we can make a lot of money with this one moving forward, because we know the market is extremely bullish. We know we're gonna continue to go to all-time highs. We just gotta figure out which stocks have the best opportunity that are gonna just print us stupid amounts of bread with the lowest with not that much contract cost, because TWLO, not a lot of people know about it right now. So not a lot of people know about it. So the contracts are kind of cheap. But like I said, the perfect buying opportunity, like I would literally fall to my knees. I fell to my knees when the Lord came. I'll wait for it to get to 54, 55, because I really, really think this one could go crazy. I like it. Whoever said this one, shout out to you. I'm putting the alert. You guys know me, man. I'm only a fan of the free bread. If we got to sit here and buy when it went crazy, when the smart money was getting in right here, and then they got in again right here, I want to be the smart money. I want to wait for it to get to right here, 55, 56, and then get to like some October calls and just sit on them and go play golf and go outside and do I don't know, but I just know it's gonna cook up because we know the market's bullish. We know the market is bullish. We just gotta wait for good buying opportunities. Liquidity grab. Yeah, that's probably what it is called. That's probably what it's called. Liquidity grab. CRM. Somebody wants to look at CRM. BEKE. You think Roku is going up? Roku has been going up. You should leave Roku alone now because we talked about it. We talked about it on Monday. Let me just show you something. You should leave Roku alone because we know, you should leave it alone now until it gets a little pullback, a better pullback. Because on Monday, if you guys remember, Tuesday, June 6th, we got into Roku calls, weekly 63s. These were $80. They're going for like $1,000 now. So you definitely got to wait for that pullback on Roku. But I'm not even going to spend too much time on BEKE. Do not get impatient. First of all, you should already be up money. Like we've been making money on BEKE. Like we got in Tuesday and these went up over 60%. We took some profit. We're holding the runners. If you're not in the Discord, you got to be inside the Discord because you get information early. You don't got to wait till the stream. You get the information early, and then everybody in the Discord just front runs you and takes your It's not how this works. I'm sure there's not billions of dollars that we all have. It's not how it works. But if you look at BEKE, just be patient. There's no reason to even look at the chart. You just buy far out October contracts or July, but make sure the Julys are closer, like 17.5 like we did. And then you just sit on them and be patient. This is a good buying opportunity. So For these stocks that have good buying opportunities, this is why I say it's free bread, because you just got to sit, be patient, do other stuff. That's why you got to have a swing trading account, day trading account, investing, savings. You got to have yourself the foundation set up, because then you're not getting impatient. You're just letting it sit back, chill, and collecting profits from the late people, and you front run everybody. And, I'm buying TWLO big. Hey, man, I think you're going to make some money. Great call on Roku, bro. I missed it. It's all right. There's always another play. But for Roku, yeah, I definitely wouldn't be looking at calls. I'd wait for a pullback. So whoever said Roku, I know it's exciting. I know you really want to get in. I know it's exciting when you're seeing it go crazy and you think it's going to continue to go up. But I'm telling you, there's a stock that hasn't done this yet. Okay, there's a stock that hasn't done this yet. And for the stocks that have done this already and you weren't buying in early, you want to wait for it to at least pull back and give you a better entry. I see so many people get burned because it's FOMO. It's FOMO. They see it starting to go up, and now they're bullish. Now they're super bullish. But the time to be bullish is when nobody's bullish, and the time to be bearish is when everybody is bullish. Now, of course, you can go into tomorrow and get your pennies off of a scalp on Roku. Of course, you can go in and get your little pennies off of calls on Roku. Easy. But do I think it's gonna go up another $10 from here like it just did? No, no way. Unless it gets a pullback. unless it gets a pullback, or the market is just that bullish. And if the market is that bullish, oh, we got better things to worry about, because our pocket's about to be fat, especially if you were dollar cost averaging in, like we were in the Discord, because you already know where money is gonna flow. And this is what, before I look at CRM, although CRM has already made its measure move, we were talking about CRM. I haven't looked at CRM in so long, but this is just the TA we had for it. You understand? This is the TA we had for it, and it matched up perfectly with the measure move. So I honestly don't even want to look at CRM, because it literally did what we thought it was going to do back when, I don't know, we were looking at January 17th. I don't know. But, yeah. But let's look at Bitcoin really quick, because I do want to look at Bitcoin, because a lot of people are getting scared. But guess what? When people are scared, when people are over here, oh no, Bitcoin's going to zero, crypto, they're regulating it, yada, yada, yada. This is when you want to sneak in. You want to take people's coins off of their hands for cheap, and then you just go about your day. You don't even think about it, because Kathy Woods believes this is getting to 1 million. I think tech is there. I think it's going to get to 1 million. I don't even, I just think it's getting to 1 million. But my buying point is 22, 23K. I'm letting you know right now, okay? I'm letting you know. I warned you, SIVB bank crash. I said, yeah, bro, don't get scared. Please, man. Please don't get scared right here, man. And then it zoomed up, went crazy. But this was the main point I was buying. Back in December, FTX crashed. Nobody talking about crypto. Everybody thought it was getting a 10K. We bought up right here in the Discord, have the receipts, everything. And then it just went crazy. Bitcoin should continue to go up, because where does money go? A lot of people are overlooking the fact that when the market is rallying and when the market is going this crazy, people want to take their money out of the stuff that already went crazy, the free bread, as you could say, the Apples and the Microsofts, and places where you can put your money, like, yeah, this is a great company, like, we already know it's gonna go up. You get your little free bread, your little 1x or your 2x, maybe, these things don't go up that much. And then you take that money and then you go put it into these smaller caps, mid caps, crypto, high risk assets. That's just what happens. Okay, that's just what happens. I don't know how many people have been in the bull market. I don't know, but that's just what happens. That's why you see IWM ready to go absolutely crazy, and that's why you see it's been rallying so much, because this is a small cap. This is mid cap. This is ready to go crazy. IWM's very bullish. But anyways, guys, I don't want to hold you up for too much long. We've been live for so long. We got so many people still in here. I just want to make sure you guys are all following the Twitter. I've been live for an hour. I don't want to be on here live for too long, because like I said, I'm going to do a recap for all of you guys that missed the beginning. We do have Fed meetings CPI next week. Market is extreme greed. You got CNBC talking about a new bull market. I'm telling you, for this next week, for these next couple weeks, actually, maybe for all of June, because you know July, August, September, those are going to be very bullish in my opinion. But for this little sector of June, which usually happens, you know, the same thing happened in February. You had February not being that bullish, and then you just had March, April, May going absolutely stupid. So think about this time, you know, and it may not happen. It may not happen, and you know, it may just continue to go up, which would be absolutely crazy in my opinion. But it could. Like we know we're getting all-time highs. You just don't know when. That's why you just got to buy good opportunities. But this thing could just continue to march back up, all green candles, all the way back up to all-time highs, no red candles, no pullback. What I'm telling you guys to look for is for that pullback, maybe to 320, 330, and that is the time you want to buy the dip. You want to load the boat because this is going to all-time highs. And don't worry, I'll be live. But for this week especially, CPI, Fed Pal, extreme greed, market news, very bullish. You want to be a bit more cautious, a bit more careful. Protect your gains that I know you have. I know you have gains if you've been following WOM since May. Since May. Now, if you've been following all year, you should be up pretty good. You know, unless you're day trading and just trying to get your, you know, that's a little bit more difficult. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream, man. I hope you guys follow the Twitter, which is the link in the bio. Follow the YouTube, Instagram. I repost all this content. Make sure you're in the Discord. We're live trading tomorrow. If you like intraday and day trading, etc., we will be live trading. Swing trades tomorrow, etc. Stream. There's a bunch of stuff happening on WOM. I just want to make sure you guys are all tuned into. But anyways, I'll talk to you guys later, man. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Peace. All right, Twitch.